enough. Having enough. This is inspired from my day today. This is inspired from my personal life, from my update from yesterday today. Hi, Rebecca. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So let's get into this. And for everyone that is watching through HAPS or from Facebook, Instagram, anywhere, Periscope, YouTube. I'm a self-love coach. And so I'm here to literally be raw and real. That is my specialty because the more that I'm practicing being raw and real, the less I have to hide and the more that I can feel free to be myself. And that is enough. That is enough. So if you give me a moment, I'm going to actually make sure I share this with my Facebook community. I'm just making sure that this is being shared in my self-love community as well. But why is shame showing up? That's a really heavy topic. And this is the thing. Once you start on the self-love journey, there's going to be, you're going to reach to a place where shame is going to come up. And if you are on your self-love journey and you've been releasing a lot, you've been processing a lot, you've been healing a lot, you're going to be invited to go deeper into your shame. You're going to be invited to actually process your biggest shame, what you feel guilty of, because let's be real, we all have done things that we are not proud of. You can easily think about your past and things that you've done that have hurt others, things that you've done that does not represent who you are today, truly. And I will say that I'll show my shame right now. My shame is treating my family like shit, neglecting my dog I had at the time, and treating my siblings like they didn't matter, choosing my past partners over them, choosing the high life over them, choosing the outside world, basically, versus them. And that is something that I think about every day, because I think about what will bring me peace. I think about how life can end. I know this is a little heavy, that life can end at any point in time. And so I just always think about family. And I could think about all these things that I want to accomplish. And honestly, I have realized more and more that I'm getting close to feeling enough. Meaning where I am emotionally in my life, like I have realized that all my emotional pains stem from not knowing how to love myself, how to practice getting in some healthy outlets from not knowing how to process my pains, not knowing how to address things like bullying, for an example. I was talking to my mom the other day and she was like, well, why didn't you tell me? And I was like, I don't know any better. I thought that was normal, or was that even something to address? You're a kid. You don't know what to address or what not to address. And when I was being bullied at a young age, I just took that in, and then I started being a bully to my siblings, unfortunately. So I'm a lot of ways I'm at peace of where I am emotionally because I have chosen to heal through all of that. And I used to depend all my emotional happiness on being with other people. And yes, other people can definitely add emotional happiness in your life. And what I'm saying is to not depend your emotional happiness all entirely on somebody else, because once I did that, I found myself experiencing heartaches over and over and over and over again, and disappointments over and over again. And so coming to terms with my shame and how horrible I treated my family members, things that I did that was very selfish, things that I've done that really made me look like, how would I say it? I was just selfish. I was not considerate towards other people's feelings, especially my family. And because of that, I do not have as close of a relationship with my siblings as I used to long time ago. And that is something that I'm working on. And some other things has been coming up today too. Like yesterday, if you hopped on my live, I was like high vibes, super high vibes. And then something happened today where it reminded me of like a shame that I have. Some things that I'm still ironing out to this day. And it is something that, it's pending. I have to wait on a certain result for something. And so I'm just, we can't control things outside of us. So I'm always mindful to express. So wow, I just dove into that. I just dove into like the shame conversation. Hi, Mr. Dino. Welcome. All right. So, which leads me to the simple life, because as heavy pains start showing up, especially when you say yes to the healing world, to the self love world, it requires a lot of space, meaning it requires a lot of dedication to be still, present, to really allow yourself to spend time with your shames. So, the reason why I say this segues into the simple life is because if you have too many things and once that you're chasing after every single day, it's going to be very hard for you to be able to open up that space, to have that energy, to feel like you can really face your pains and your shame, so that it doesn't take power over you. Because with shame, depending on how you are dealing with it, it can really open up that false narrative that you're a horrible human being and that you're an idiot, you're dumb, how could you, all this stuff, being really hard on yourself. And so if we have the simple life, like where our commitments every single day, our priorities every day are very simple, meaning there's only like two things that's really important to you. I will tell you mine. My first priority is my self-love. And that includes my business, because my business is self-love. It's about supporting others on the self-love journey. And that can't happen if I don't have my self-love to create space for that. So my number one category is everything related to self-love, including my own personal practice. And then the second is family, meaning I come home, I make sure I connect with my family, I make sure I'm there for the dogs at home, and that I'm spending time with close people that I consider family. Like for an example, my life partner, right? So that is it. That is it. Even community work stems from my self-love, right? Like my business, my community work, all of that cannot happen if I don't have my self-love. So that makes my day very simple to focus on. So that's why I'm very grateful that I have these pockets of time to be present, settle down, and be with it. Like for an example, I am doing that right now. I'm just choosing to go live and share with you how I express and really be upfront with myself and really being brave of sharing my shame. And the more that I talk about it, the more that I let it out, I am saying, hey, shame, yes, I have it. And I'm not allowing that to overtake my life and live my life with this narrative that I'm a horrible human being. So forget it, right? No, I'm here to show you that you can be more powerful from your shame because you're learning from your shame. Lena on Haps. Hi, everyone on Instagram. I'm on 2 platforms right now. On Haps, Lena says, yeah, I can't. I was expecting my computer key to come today, but it'll come tomorrow. I don't always put myself first, but have to be mindful of that still. Oh, that's good. Family. Yeah. And here's the thing. It is easy to say family is important, friends are important, That's something that I would always say all the time when, people ask, what's the most important thing to you? Oh, family, da. But guess what? I was full of shit because I was not showing up for my family. Yet I said family is important. So it's interesting what we say automatically because we know that's important, but what are our actions really saying? So, but Lena, what you were saying about I don't always put myself first, but I have to be mindful of that still. Yes, it is is the toughest work of all. And that's why I'm here to share with you always supportive topics and supportive tips supportive information so that hopefully you can intake that in and apply it into your life and literally be the witness of your own transformation. Yeah, so good. And so, yeah, can't we keep things simple? Which leads to having enough, realizing that you have enough. What makes you feel that you don't have enough to be worthy? And I was having a conversation. I have a lot of conversations with people here and there, and there was this mention of, learning from people who've made millions of dollars. And there's just a couple things that comes up when I hear that, because yes, I find myself like being in awe of, like, especially seeing women who are in business and are able to make a killing business with a bunch of revenue, hitting the first million, two, three, like multimillionaire or whatever, right? Like props, yes. And then another question comes up for me though, right? Because I practice self-love and I'm mindful of these 5 areas. So if you were here yesterday, I talked about these 5 areas of self-love, where there's our emotional health, mental, spiritual, physical, and financial. So when I see financial wins, I'm always questioning, how are they on the other 4 areas? And are they happy and at peace with their life? Because on the flip side, right, from outside looking in, we see many people being successful financially, and then automatically we deem that as like, ooh, so inspiring. What if you found out that they were not happy and they were miserable and they were on the verge of committing suicide? Is that still inspiring? Right? And so it just brought up this conversation of like, what if that $1 million cost you your happiness? What if hitting that 10 million or $1 billion equaled being completely alone? Then what was it really, right? So like what we dream of, like where does that come from? Is that really connected to who we are, or is that only because we like how it looks and so we want to chase that? It's crazy. Ouch, yes. It's insane. It's crazy. And it's also so juicy once you've kind of think about this and ask yourself the true right questions. Because, and here's the thing, we don't slow down enough to ask these questions to ourselves. We just think that that's what's important. So let me chase that career. Let me make that money. And we don't realize that we're sacrificing our health. We don't even know how to take care of ourselves emotionally. We have waves of ups and downs, and then we're stressed out. And then when we don't see the money coming in, we're even more stressed out. Remember, there's 5 parts of ourselves. If you put all of your energy into one, you're going to feel like your whole life depends on finances, right? And I'm not saying that's not important. I'm saying, is it the most important when you're neglecting all of this? Lena says, right, they sacrifice what's supposedly important for outward gains. Yes. So this is kind of like a conversation to always bring up awareness. And I'm always going to talk about what's on my heart. It's like when I get into these lives, like sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, there's that topic from yesterday. But if I'm not feeling it, then I'm not going to talk about it. And coming on today, there's a different energy here, which shows you every single day it's going to be different. And I'm not sad. I'm just being very present with what I'm feeling right now. And that's great. Yesterday, I was at a high, which is great also. And I believe that because I felt so high and I was able to release so much, I got my workout in, I got a lot of things accomplished, and there was a lot of expressing. That also clears up what's still in me, which is my shame and my sadness about that and my guilt about that. And that is okay. Hi, Brian. Thank you for the Bravo Award and the Bless Up Award. Hi, Brian. I believe you were here yesterday too. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe you were here too yesterday. So welcome, 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 welcome. And I'm also participating in the HAPS Live Challenge. So I believe, is it today or the 31st is the last day to participate? All you have to do is hashtag HAPS Challenge. And I believe the rules is if you go live once a week, for 8 weeks consecutively, and at least hit 250 views, you will get $50. I believe that is, anyways, I just want to insert that in. So I believe that I can do it. I believe I can totally do it. Yes, you were. Well, welcome back, Brian. So back to, yeah, what is enough for you? And this is a really juicy topic. If you solely want to hear this topic full on with me, my life partner, check out Life All About the Good Vibes podcast. We are 50 episodes in, and we really, there's an episode called What is Enough. And we're really like going to all kinds of areas for that. But yeah, we talk about what's enough financially for us. Do we even know? Do we even know? Because like I will tell you right now, I am not rolling in hella dough. Okay, I will just say that. However, I'm not feeling stressed out about it, and I know that I can make more. And I'm also, how would I say it? I am, as I'm building my business, I'm being very mindful of my self-love, because if I lose my self-love and I make it all about money, I know I'm going to lose some people in the process. Because if I'm not emotionally intelligent, if I cannot process things clearly, and if I'm not tuning into who I am and making sure the decisions that I make related to my business and everything else is not related to me, I'm going to start losing the connections that I made when my self-love was really strong emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. Right. And so if I'm forgetting all of that and just focusing all my attention on making money, I know I'm going to be miserable, because I did that before. I did that before. I was chasing something else, and it did bring me so much growth in my mental and my confidence, and I overcame like public speaking. However, I was neglecting a lot of these areas in my other life. So I already know how that feels, and that built up my shame. So here I am healing from my shame and really learning from my mistakes that I made in the past. So back to the money part. I don't know my number yet, but I will know it when I feel, how would I say it? When I feel content with it. Like I have enough money for me to eat. I have enough money to pay for the things that I'm subscribed to help me with my business. Have enough to invest in things for my self-love and my business, and enough to contribute to this household. And I live with my parents, and I honestly don't see myself having my own place like at the time being, because I am actually realizing how important it is for me to be a member of this household, because I neglected being at home so much growing up. Since I got into a relationship all the way to like my my mid 20s, close to my 30s, I was always gone. So I am feeling the need to really almost like make up for the times that I wasn't here, and really make my time with my parents and with the family members here, because I know that they're getting older, and I don't want to regret. I made enough mistakes in the past. And again, right, I'm realizing what's really important. It's my self-love and my family, and people that I consider as my family. So I feel like my financial situation is being close to enough, you know. So that's the financial part. And just even thinking about what's enough for you physically. Do you really need to have that six pack? Or do you need to get to a place where you see that is a daily care, a daily action, that you are working out or you are stretching out as a release, and to feel healthy on the inside and outside? So it's a really interesting conversation. And so again, this topic of like noticing your shame, knowing that you have it, and making sure that you have a simple life, keeping a very minimal amount of priorities, so that you're not bombarded with, always chasing to do something during the day, when really there's only two things that's really important, so that you have the space and time to get in your self-love, to really take care of the pain that's coming up, especially the shame. And I know that's heavy, and I'm going to say it because that's real. Uh, if you're human, you have shame. If you're human, you have made mistakes. If you're human, there has been moments that you felt embarrassed, guilty of something. And I know those are not proud moments. And the thing is, what are we going to do about that? So if we can keep, I'm just sharing from my own personal experience of seeing how I'm like adjusting so many things in my life to be simple, even my room, right? I'm realizing less is more. Less is more instead of having a shit ton of things. La muy muy, hello, 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 hello. I feel like I know your name, but because I'm live and I'm being put on the spot right now, I feel like I know your name, but I'm trying to sometimes the Instagram handle, I'm like, but what is your name? What is your name? But hi, welcome, 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 welcome to this live streaming. I'm on 2 platforms right now. I'm on Haps. So shout out to Haps. It's just a really cool live app where you broadcast to this app and then it'll broadcast at the same time everywhere else. I'm working on and waiting to see if they can sync Instagram with it too, because that would be amazing. But yes, so welcome to the conversation. Hello. And JB, yeah, quality over quantity for sure. Oh my goodness. I remember back in the day when I didn't know what was enough for me. I felt like I was lacking. But I remember the moment that I was able to have a job and make my own money, I would just spend it on clothes and 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 clothes. And then now I'm like, oh, throwing out the clothes, donating the clothes because these clothing, these items of clothing I don't even wear anymore. It's not me anymore. And oh my gosh, really like I actually, yeah, less is more. Let's just say that I am realizing that less is more. Hey, Leah, how's it going, girl? I'm just sharing what's on my heart. And I'm on 2 platforms. I'm on Haps, so there's comments going over here too. Haps is really cool. If you want to check it out, Leah, is really supporting live streamers to where they're broadcasting more than one spot for you, more than one platform for you, and you could just do it one time. Waiting for Instagram and Haps to sync up. Okay, there's Brian, oh, hold on, let me see. Brian from Periscope, yes, how are you? Hello, 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 hello. Lena says, ooh, I don't think I bought one item of clothes last year. Ooh, girl, that's really good. I can't even tell you if I did or not. Like maybe I bought one. I can't even recall. Like it's crazy. Like I remember with my money, I would just my mind was like, oh, I gotta go to the mall. I could online shop. I could buy these all these clothes. And guess where that's coming from? Does anybody have any clue of why we get so excited when we have money and then we're so fast to spend it on clothes? I mean, I spend it on makeup, clothes, shoes, particularly like clubbing shoes. And for me, I was feeling very empty spiritually. I didn't know who I was. And I was chasing the likes. I was chasing being attractive. I was chasing being noticed because self-love was non-existent. So therefore, I placed my worth. You see that? Like I placed my worth onto impressing other people. And so now that I have gained some self-worthness, but because of the self-love journey, I don't need to impress nobody. And I know that's harder practice than said. And it's quite freeing because you realize, wow, I will attract good people that deserve to be in my life if I just continue to stay true to myself. Hey, Nick, over on Instagram. I'm on Haps right now. So yes, Lena, wow, you didn't buy one item of clothing last year. Kudos to you because you probably have enough clothes, right? So yes, we just have been breaking down these topics, and I'm realizing what's enough for me. And the only gap that I feel in my life right now is honestly with my family. I would like, I mean, in a perfect world, I would like to see my family members being safe for one another, being understanding, having the space to really connect, and be a strong family unit. Sometimes I feel like that's so far away from where we are right now. And who's to say that's not possible? I'm just going to continue to do what's been working for me and how I have seen that I've been able to close the gap between my parents, the most out of all my family members. So something's working there. So I'm going to continue to plug into what's been working there. Yeah, I know family's a tricky one. Family's a tricky one. Lena says, my goal is to buy less, buy more expensive, but only a piece I see myself wearing daily, right? Like being very mindful. And I get what you're saying with that, Lena, because if you buy something of quality, it'll last for a really long time. It will get less worn and then you have to throw it out, right? And so you're being very mindful, investing into something that will last long. And that can be applied to so many things. But yeah, that's one thing that will definitely give you peace. Hi, Ashley, just chit-chatting over here. I'm hanging out on Haps, this app called Haps, and on Instagram. So we're just chit-chatting on shame, having the simple life, and talking about what is enough. Do you know your enoughness? And then another thing is there is this huge part of me that is definitely aiming to work for myself fully, right? And thinking about having like a lot of peace with my family members, closing the gap, and also experiencing like being able to work for myself fully. Both kind of seem far away, but at the same time, I feel like it's nearby as well, because I have experienced some of that with my family, and I am experiencing bringing in income from my business. I just know that my ultimate goal is to be free and to feel at peace. Yes. And that also includes like with myself emotionally, mentally and spiritually, because like I said, I have shames and I still have a roads to go to like really feel that I have truly forgiven myself. I mean, mostly I would say I have, but also there's some of that still lingers because it's so heavy and it's things that I've done in the past for many, many, many years. So, yeah. And a lot of that has been stored away, Let me drink some water. I feel like I said a mouthful. But yeah, today's a little bit of different vibe. You will see all the sides of me. I might be hyper, or I might be just very, speaking from the heart, talking about the deep, vulnerable stuff. Whew. Yeah, so it's the simple life. And I've also been getting into like being eco-friendly too, and being less wasteful. And here's the thing, let's not overwhelm ourselves. All of everything that I've incorporated into my life, it really started to grow once I continue to make sure that I release in a healthy way every single day. Because if I'm overwhelmed, there ain't nothing new coming in, or it's going to be very hard to implement something in my life and keep it there if I'm overwhelmed all the time. So it's been a game changer keeping things simple. Hi, Peruvi Angelo. Hello, welcome to the talk. We're just hanging out, chit-chatting. I'm on 2 platforms right now, and I feel like I'm losing my voice. It's probably from talking so much last night. If you were here last night, I was just on one soberly from just feeling good. And oh yeah, guess what? Today I worked out also. So today marks the ninth day that I've been working out in a row. Before, during COVID, I was trying to get it in at least a few times a week. And because all the studios that I usually go to that allows me to work out every single day closed down, oh my gosh, I had to pivot, and my activity workout level definitely like went down. And so I'm just so proud to say that I'm on my 9th day of working out. Peruvian glow. Yes. Hello. Yeah, so I am very grateful. And actually, I wrote down some wins right here. 8 a.m. workout. I am, I hope to be a morning person, because I realize that's what I need. I need to wake up early so I can create more time for my day. And then got some uploading done in a self-love course that I have, that there's 4 levels. Me and my partner have created a self-love course. So check it out. This is for anyone who doesn't need perhaps like one-on-one coaching support, but you would like a guide. you with like a guide to help you start. And there's 4 levels to it. So, right, you can stop at any level, but the win was uploading day 15 to a level 4 that we have. And another win today is uploading videos to YouTube. I am not like super active on YouTube, but for now I'm using it as a library just to like make sure my content is there, like just to have it there. And yes, if people see it, but I'm not like actively building it, I'm just like making sure the videos are up there. Lena says, I think I have a pretty good exercise streak going. Apple Watch keeps me motivated. Okay, Lena, you getting on your workouts also? What kind of workouts do you do? What kind of exercises do you do? Shorty, oh, hey, wait, it's Kathy, right? Is it Kathy? Is that Kathy? Hello, I'm just chit-chatting here. I'm talking to 2 screens because I'm on 2 platforms right now. So you're going to see me talk to people over here and talking to people over there. On Instagram, it seems like people are coming in and out, but just to highlight what I have talked about so far is I talked about what came up for me with my shames, with my past decisions, with family, and basically how I was like a very selfish young adult, even to like mid 20s adult life. And when we start healing, we start opening up all these things. And today I'm feeling that today. Yesterday I was like on a high soberly because I've been like feeling so good with my self-love practices. And today is a kind of like a different, I still feel good. I'm just being very present with like a shame that like came up today. So I'm expressing that. And I talked about how this is why having a simple life, meaning your priorities are very simple so that you have more time to yourself. Because if you're every day, if you're like, oh my gosh, I have 10 things to do and I must do them today, I bet you that list can be shortened to 2 categories and you will be satisfied at least checking off just some of them for the day. And you get to have that time because you'll get to be present with the pains that you're feeling, to be able to process that out instead of holding on to it, because that your shame is going to haunt you. I'm going to tell you right now. And we don't realize it, but it's showing in the way that we show up. It's showing in our insecurities. It's showing in the decisions that we're making. We don't even realize it, but I am telling you, shame is, if we're not addressing it, it's going to control us, and it's going to play this story in our head that we are not enough, that we suck, we're horrible human beings because of the mistakes that we made. That's what goes on in my head. And so thus the simple life allows you to have actually have time for yourself. And this is my own personal experience. And then leading to being, how do I say it? Being happy / satisfied with what you have is enough. What you have is enough, and knowing what would be enough for you, right? And I'm not saying like once you reach where you're enough, like just stop growing. No. We continue to grow. It's just that our wants, how would I say it, are not as important because we're covering what we need. And so like we're not being stressed out about like not being able to have all these wants in our lives. Like for an example, I talked about the financial pillar, about like how people want to make $1 million. Like they just, for some reason, they just want $1 million and they do not think about what comes with that. I'm not saying you cannot be truly happy with $1 million. I'm just saying I haven't met a person, like personally, who's made $1 million and is so happy and is at peace with their life. They can portray that on social media. They can portray that on TV, but how do we truly know? And the next thing you know, you see them overdosing on some drugs and their life ended. Right? So I'm just here to keep it real. And I just have questions like, I don't care how much money you have. Like, how are you really on the inside emotionally, mentally, and spiritually? Because I am not going to follow somebody who's unhappy and, so, right? Like we glamorize having money, and having a lot is like, so important. Yet we don't question all what really like happens behind the scenes. Crazy, right? Okay. Lena says, oh, Brian also says, I use a pallet for a workout at work. Pallet. Am I saying that right? I use a pellet for a workout at work. Is that is that something, is it like an exercise oh my god, what am I calling it? An exercise machine that helps you work out at work? And that is awesome, Brian. That is very mindful of you to have that at work. Lena says, high intensity interval training and also walking and running. Good for you, Lena. Good for you. Good for you. What inspired you to work out? What is inspiring you to work out? I know we all have our different reasons. And depending on that reason, because working out is interesting, right? Because there's a certain point where it'll start to show in your body, and that's attractive. But the thing is, this is where we have to be careful because I've met some people who do work out, but yet they are unhappy. And that's kind of like a mind fuck because you're like, wait, they work out, but how are they unhappy? Isn't that a release? So that's the thing. Maybe some people work out to look good, not to release the stress, the emotional stress of what's going on. They still put that on the shelf. And so when they work out, they're just focused on looking good. So that's what I have learned as well. Like, are they doing that to create some space to release? Or are they doing that for the six pack? Huge difference because that's what they're bringing into their workout. Lena says, my mental health got to a point where I was prescribed Lawrence blah, a drug basically, yeah, and anxiety meds. Ooh, yes, that's some realness right there. And I'm sure you are not the only one, Leah, that that was prescribed some medication for your mental health, and you realize that you need to release, right? And so, how has it been since? Are you still on them? Are you weaving off of them, or do you take both? Are you taking meds and also working out? Lena also says, I literally cannot put myself to taking anxiety meds. Yes. Ooh, Queso, hello, welcome. Brian, hello, and Chelsea, welcome. So I'm here just on a tangent. I'm here on a tangent, but it was really nice to express that. And just kind of recapping real quick. The question is always, people always say, forgive yourself with your shames. You didn't know any better. You did the best that you could, which is true. But the thing is, how what are the steps to getting to a place where you're feeling the forgiveness, not just saying it, but you can feel it because you can feel the pain and the weight lifting off from your soul, from your body, from your spirit, and you're seeing it weighing less on you, right? Like, how do you do it? Lena says, no, I only took it twice. Got it. So you took it twice and you just like, nope, no more. And you went to exercising. Lena says, and the rest of the year, never once needed it since exercising daily. Look at that. I love stories like this because it just gives hope and it just shows that like your life does not have to consist of prescription medication every day. And I know that that could be different for everyone. I'm just speaking in general and just in the category of like hope, like having hope and being open to other alternatives. Like, this is what blows my mind. Like, everything that we need is for free. For an example, going outside to take a walk, that is free. Turning on a YouTube video of someone exercising video to help you exercise is free. Going on a jog outside is free. Doing push-ups at home is free. Stretching is free. Taking a pen or pencil out to write down your thoughts is free. Closing your eyes to meditate and breathe. And breathe. Using your own lungs. Closing your own eyes. That is free. Pressing record on your phone, whether it's voice recording or video recording, to express yourself instead of venting and dumping your shit onto somebody else, that is free. Is that insane? I know there's some other things that might cost money. Like, for an example, I bought a spin bike so I can work out. The activity itself, that's what I'm talking about, is free. But yes, I invested in order to have my workout, to be able to work out indoors, no matter if it's raining or whatever outside. I know that I can at least work out inside of my house. So, and it can heal and cure so many issues that we have. The way that I see that we get sick and things start happening, I know some people might add in no genetics and all that, but I'm just going to speak from a general simple standpoint that helps me take care of my health is everything that I have neglected will show up as pain. So if I'm feeling a headache, if I'm feeling stomach pains, I know that could be a mixture of like me eating something bad. But what if I was eating really good? Wouldn't my immune system be strong enough to fight whatever it is that I ate that's bad? Like, that just makes sense to me. We have everything that we need in the inside. It's just that it's gotten weak because we haven't been fueling it with what it needs. And so that's just like in general, what we have been neglecting on will show up as pain. Even if it involves somebody else, that's painful because we haven't built ourselves up to where we can process things as they happen on the spot so we don't blow up. But I'm kind of going off all over the place. I was just talking about like forgiveness, and I know this is my cue to go because I'm starting to get a little sleepy and delirious, and I can't stay like focused. But I'll just leave you with this: to forgive yourself, to feel more confident, to feel self-worth. The first place that we need to be is to be able to be aware, as people say all the time. And the second thing is, where can you go that is safe for you to be with yourself and express? So it's the awareness, and then thinking to yourself, okay, now where is a safe place where I can go and express to myself? Is it in your room? Is it in the car? Is it at the park? Is it in your bathroom? Like where can you just be with yourself to express? Because once you get in that expression, that's self-love. You're releasing and creating space to start forgiving yourself. Because in that space, that's where the magic is. That's where the self-compassion comes in. It makes space for more of that to come in, more encouraging thoughts, more solutions, more understanding of what it is you're going through. And then you're going to find yourself being able to figure it out yourself. And now here comes the glimmer of hope. Here comes the confidence that, wow, I can do this. I don't need other people to solve it for me. I can actually do this to myself. So all in all, that's why let's keep things simple so we can have more time for ourselves instead of chasing things that we actually don't need, because we have realized that we have enough things around here to live and to help ourselves grow. And so with that said, I'm going to go now. Oh, look at it. My view is at 222. I believe that I will hit the 250. I am participating in the HAPS challenge, where you could win $50 from live streaming once a week, receive at least 250 views, go on more than 10 minutes, and you get $50. So if anyone is interested in live streaming, you can use those $50. Join HAPS. Click on the link in my bio. Over the peeps on Instagram or on Facebook, join HAPS. Click on the link in my bio, and you will be able to participate. Last day to join is January 31st. Lena says, now I can run 2 miles. High five, girl. Me too. Me too. There's this park where it's like 2.1 miles. I can run the whole thing, taking my damn time. I'm not like running. I'm actually jogging at a very slow pace. I forget how long I did it for, but that's not important. What's important is that I got it in. And yes, I can do the 2 miles too, Lena. Whoop, whoop. Thanks for keeping us positive. Always, always a safe space. Hi, Marie. Safe space to support you in winning in your self-love journey. For further support, click on my link, the link tree / Quinn for the win. You will see all sorts of things there, including one-on-one support, a self-love course. And if you click on Self-Love Exodus, that is where I host my workshops and meditation with my friend Hallie. All right, I am like about to pass out. About to pass out. Good night. Good night. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, let me know. And good night, all. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Good night. Thanks for hopping.